I'm your host, Makenna. Joining me as always is Brandon. Hello, Brandon. How are you today?
I am doing just fine, McKenna.
That's great to hear. How are you feeling about the Super Bowl things? The Chiefs and the
Excellent. The
Eagles.
the two teams that I wanted to go through got through. So this is a great event. I think it's going to be a really good Super Bowl. Both teams are very good.
Yes, I'm very excited. I saw on the Instagrams and the Snapchats of my friends in Philadelphia, people were climbing poles. Broad Street
Yeah,
was packed.
it's a good thing you went home for the weekend.
I know. it's It's gonna be wild. I mean, the buildings are all lit up green, which is pretty cool. It's just green everywhere, and I'm assuming that's what it's gonna be for the next 2 weeks. This
So apparently, right now on Twitter, Jorginho to Arsenal is trending.
oh, what is that?
Uh, yeah. Apparently, Arsenal has reached out to Chelsea to purchase Jorginho,
No,
and it looks like it might happen.
no. There's what isn't tomorrow the last day of the transfer thing?
Yeah.
No, we can't lose him. Who's gonna take our penalty kicks?
I guess his contract ends in like 6 months.
Oh, that's right. It does end this year, doesn't it?
So for Chelsea, I guess it is kind of like a good deal.
But we need him. Oh no.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what. Because tacitly, I have been supporting of the Chelsea, right?
Right.
I don't necessarily really consider myself a Chelsea supporter, and I do think that I'm open to finding potentially a different club. The way I've decided the way I have this figured out, right, is that I'm not a supporter, I'm not a fan of a club or a team or anything until I buy some merch.
Oh,
Right? I think that is the
interesting.
mark of that's when you become a fan, is if you buy merch for them.
Right.
I have not bought anything Chelsea related. I thought about it, but one, the reason I've been supporting Chelsea this entire time is because of Christian Pulisic, and he is almost definitely leaving at this point. So Leeds.
Oh yeah, they just signed
Leeds.
they
Wes
loaned
McKinney.
out for potential to buy him. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Now they've got
They're gonna have 2/3 of the MMA midfield.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
And I mean, they
excited.
could potentially get Musa too. So
Yeah, I mean, who do they play? Let's see, who do they? Because Leeds, they ain't doing too hot. They're doing worse than Chelsea.
No.
Which is saying a lot.
Oh, did they ended up dipping below Chelsea?
Mm-hmm.
I know for a while they were sitting at like the middle of the table, just like where they at right now.
They dropped a bit. They play Nottingham Forest next weekend, so that should be a dub. Should be. But then they go into back-to-back Manchester United matches on the 8th and the 12th.
I do think it would be more interesting to root for a not one of like the the sort of like top tier clubs.
Like the big six, Everton isn't anymore. Everton's 19th. But like Tottenham, Arsenal, Man City, Man U.
But I mean Everton was never really one of like the really big clubs though, like of like the Man U, the Man United.
But they're one of the only teams never to have been relegated, which is why they're considered.
Yeah,
they barely missed it last year.
Yeah, and I mean they are fighting for their lives this year. So.
They really are. They just got a new manager.
They're what, second to last in the Premier League right now?
Yeah, Southampton's at the bottom. Then Everton and then Bournemouth.
Fucking Brentford sitting in like the middle of the pack.
Bees.
Bees, yeah.
I almost started supporting them. They were almost. I still have all my.
I like the Bees.
I like the Bees. I like that they're a bee. Like, you don't see many bee mascots. It's always like a lion or the devil or to Man U or a big old ship. But no, they're bees. This is great.
Also, I'm maybe I just won't watch so much Premier League anymore either.
Ooh, you thinking about going to like a different country's league or like lower tier England?
I mean, I could stand to watch some like League A, right?
Yeah.
PSG, I like PSG.
Yeah.
Serie A is always pretty dope.
Yeah. I like the
Um,
Bundesliga.
Bundesliga is great, and a lot of Americans are playing in Bundesliga and doing pretty well.
Yes. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I think a big reason why I watch Premier League is because it's on TV here, so it's just easy.
It's right now. It's if you're an American, it's very easy to watch the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on the West Coast, if you're willing to get up early.
Oh, that's
which
right, yeah.
this is one of the big problems for me is that like Chelsea's always playing like 6 a.m. on a Saturday. And I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah. My professor asked me, the women's team played at like 7:30 one weekend, and my professor, who also supports Chelsea, she asked me, she was like, did you wake up at 7? I was like, no, absolutely not. It was a Saturday. Like, I'm not waking up at 7 a.m. for
That's ridiculous.
Soccer match. Yeah, it is early. Time is dumb.
Yeah, absolutely.
But MLS is starting up soon.
I don't get why, like, because like the FA Cup and stuff, they play these games at like noon on like the weekdays.
Yeah, that's really nice. I know Chelsea plays at 3:00 on Friday.
Yeah,
which is nice.
Yeah, which is noon here. Why aren't we doing that on Saturdays?
I know. It's only 8:00 over there. They'll be fine.
That's prime time.
That is by all definitions prime time television, and it is. Like, give us soccer, damn it.
Yeah, I mean, I would sort of be into MLS if like the whole the Apple Plus deal now. You had to pay like $100 to watch MLS.
Yeah,
now.
That is dumb. I'm wondering how that's gonna go, because I also saw like all of the content requirements all of the clubs have to do, and like some of the clubs are already doing that, but some of the clubs aren't equipped to have that. So there's a bunch of jobs currently for like social media people and video producers and everything, which is good for me. But it's it's
applying for those jobs. I went looking for, potentially some social media. That none of the clubs around here, all the big clubs are on the West Coast.
Right.
So like they're already hired out. They already got their social. They're looking for like upper level, no entry level positions.
Yeah. It's tough.
Portland Timbers, they don't care. Seattle Sounders, they don't care.
Yeah, that's how. Well, I was looking. There was one for New York, but it's like before I graduate, and I have to be be president at like all the matches and everything. Which like it's not that much, and it's not that tough to just take the train up to New York. But it's like I don't know how that's gonna work before graduation because I have an internship and I have like 17 credits that I'm taking this semester. So yeah, looking for jobs is hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
But who knows? We'll see. So welcome to February, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's not while we're recording this; it's still like 2 days away. But this is going to come out on, I think, like what, the 1st or the 2nd.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's normally like the turnaround we have around here. I don't know.
I do the turnaround and I don't know. We're doing for February, the Valentine's Day is happening. So we're doing the romance movies. 'Cause of love.
Yep, Valentine's month.
The whole damn month. And we did The Princess Bride, which is a movie I've never seen. And
I'm a little bit surprised that you hadn't seen The Princess Bride.
I know a lot of... No, that's a lie. I know a lot of the quotes. I didn't know the premise or anything, but I know a bunch of the quotes. Before we get into our thoughts and feelings, let me tell you about some facts and figures about The Princess Bride. The bride is a princess. It was released September 25th, 1987. Did not realize it was an 80s movie. Had a budget of $16 million, box office of $30.9 million, It won a Hugo Award for Best Dramatic Presentation in 1988. It is on a plethora of lists, ranging from like the funniest movie to the best love story. In 2016,
Criterion Collection.
Is it the Criterion Collection? I didn't know that.
I thought about buying it for this, and I'm probably gonna buy it because the cover is actually really cool. It's done in like a storybook. Like it's got like that sort of like that like rough kind of like book material to the cover. It's very cool looking.
Oh, that's really nice. Oh, I have to look into that. In 2016, it was selected by the Library of Congress to be preserved in the National Film Registry. It was so cold during filming that Andre the Giant would put his hand on Robin Wright's head to warm her up. It said his hand was as big as her whole head. So she warmed right up. The director, Rob Reiner, was the voice of the ROUSs. And when Christopher Guest hits Cary Elwes, thank you. He hit him so hard that he was knocked unconscious, and he had a gash in his head, and they had to stop filming for the day because he had to go to the hospital.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And finally, in Billy Crystal's scene, Rob Reiner had to leave the set because he was laughing so hard. And Mandy Patinkin, I've heard that before, said the only injury he sustained during filming was during this scene. He had a bruised rib because he was trying to not laugh.
That's amazing.
Yeah, this had a lot of very fun facts. It just seemed like such a fun movie to work on and everything.
That's what I've heard anytime I've watched any behind the scenes about this or stuff, or they talk about it a bit in the Andre the Giant documentary. That everybody just had a blast working on this movie.
Yeah, everyone just seems so lovely. There's a lot of people in it. Like, I mean, in terms of, like, people who I've been in other things, like, I think I recognize everybody. It was a lot of people.
Yeah, it's like all like that guys.
Yeah.
Like those kind of actors in it. Mm-hmm. Like Wallace Shawn.
Yes.
Cary Elwes is, like, this is one of the very few Cary Elwes, like, gets to be the star of the movie kind of things. Mandy Patinkin, he's in a bunch of stuff too. The cast in this is just killer.
Columbo? Oh, yeah,
Peter Falk, Billy Crystal,
Fred Savage, Kevin Arnold. It started and I yelled out, "It's Kevin Arnold!" and my sister was very confused about what that meant. It's like, the Wonder Years, baby.
Wonder Years.
Because I think I don't remember when that came out, but it must have overlapped with.
I believe that this is like a couple seasons into Wonder Years, like early on.
I think so, yeah. Mm-hmm. Good show.
Oh, great show.
Oh my god. Okay, I got a question for you. Are you familiar with another person with the last name of Humperdinck?
No.
There was a singer in the 60s named, now get ready for this, his legal name was Engelbert Humperdinck. And let me tell you a quick story about the real life Mr. Humperdinck.
Okay.
So my grandmother, in the 60s or 70s, I don't remember, she and one of her best friends were groupies of Humperdinck. And they enjoyed his music so much that they were able to sneak back to meet him behind it's not behind the scenes, but like backstage, because the security guard thought my grandma's friend was cute, and they let both of them back, and they met
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Mr. Humperdinck.
Huh.
And he's still performing. He is. Oh no, that's I lied. His real name is not Engelbert Humperdinck. It's Arnold Dorsey.
Yeah, he changed his name to something ridiculous.
He went the opposite direction most people go in. Yeah, he's still performing. He
Oh, he took the name from a German composer.
Oh, more
Huh.
Humperdinks. World's full of them. At least 2 or 3.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's the Humperdinck. Once again, I yelled out, "Oh my god, his name is Humperdinck!" And Campbell did know who I was talking about that time, and also freaked out because you don't come across a lot of Humperdinks.
Okay, well, so this is I do have a slight bit of knowledge, a touchstone to this Mr. Engelbert Humperdinck,
Oh god.
which is that he recorded a song for the movie Beavis and Butthead Do America. Now I don't know if you're aware of this, Makenna, but like lounge music was like a thing that kind of came back in like the late 90s, early 2000s of like people doing like funny lounge music songs. Like Richard Cheese, you know who Richard Cheese is? He
No.
does like he does like a lounge music version of Down with the Sickness by Disturbed. And Engelbert Humperdinck did a lounge song called "Lesbian Seagull" for Beavis and Butthead Do America. So there you go. I've seen that movie.
There you go.
I owned that soundtrack. I don't think I ever listened to that song on it.
Oh my god.
But
everyone's got an
yeah, of
Engelbert
course.
Humperdinck connection.
Yeah, of course. Everybody, if you're a big Nirvana fan, you own the Beavis and Butthead Do America soundtrack because it has the B-side. What is it? I Hate Myself and I Want to Die by Nirvana is on there. Dope song.
Oh, it sounds like a dope song. A very happy song. The comedy in this movie.
This movie's fucking funny.
This movie is so good.
Yeah.
It's once again, as usual with most movies I watch, I had to watch multiple things multiple times because I was laughing so hard. The ROUSs were probably my favorite part. It's just rodents.
The rodents of unusual size.
And it was so good. It's like, oh yeah, the ROUSs. Oh yeah, so the rodents of the unusual size. Like, oh, there we go. And it's just like this giant rat. That thing was huge. Terrifying. But yeah, I thought the comedy is great.
It's there's so many bits in this movie that are just like really, really funny.
Mm.
The there's just too many lines, but like the Wallace Shawn's character is so funny at the beginning. Yeah, you keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it does.
Yeah, it was really cool to see, or not, I guess get the context for a bunch of the lines, because like I said before, like I knew the lines, but I never knew.
Yeah, like
On
I've
purpose.
probably quoted this movie to 1,000 times just because there's so many bits of it that are just like ingrained into my brain.
Yeah.
Like, but I know something you do not. I am not left-handed.
They both were left-handed. How great was that? That was amazing. You gotta love a good sword fight, you know, fencing. You ever fenced before?
No.
No, I haven't either.
No, I played with swords before. Not fencing. No,
Real
come on.
swords?
Yeah.
I've never.
You ever held a real sword before?
I don't think so. No, not a real
Buy
one.
one.
I could.
Yeah.
I have a credit card. I got a foam Minecraft sword that I've whacked a wall with a few times. It's sturdy.
You're an adult. There's nothing stopping you from owning a sword.
That's wild. Like, once you're an adult, you can do anything.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's crazy. Like, you know what I looked up on Amazon the other day? I almost bought one of those lights from the early 2000s with the fish, and it just went around in the background just moved or whatever.
Okay, yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I almost bought one of those. They're expensive. But I thought about it. I was like, oh my god, I have an Amazon account.
Yeah.
I can get this in 2 days. This is great.
Like, have you ever seen like a sword that you wanted? Like a sword from a like
Oh, that's a good question. Let me think about that. Maybe no, that's a cartoon. Say Leonardo's katanas.
That's dope.
Yeah, he's got 2 katanas. I don't know. Swords are just cool. I really like swords. Like, I gotta think about a cool sword. I mean, most swords are cool, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool swords out there.
There are a lot of cool swords. People like cool swords. Now, you think if you were to fight, would you have a sword or a knife? Which do you think?
I would. I mean, I guess I would want a sword. Put some
Yeah.
distance between me and them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. If you were a teenage... Oh, this is going completely off track. If you were a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, what would your color be, and what would your weapon be?
Well, so like, am I one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or am I going to be like a 5th member of the Ninja Turtles?
You can... If you have an answer for both, go ahead. It's whichever one you want to answer.
Okay. So, well, because one question is like, which Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle would I be essentially, right? Because like I would want a blue headband, but that would make me Leonardo,
You're
right?
the leader, Leonardo's
And
leader.
swords,
Blue.
yeah, and swords are super dope.
Mm-hmm.
But like if I couldn't be any of like the already existing Ninja Turtles, can't have 2 Ninja Turtles with blue headbands, right?
Mm-hmm.
Although actually, like all the original Ninja Turtles, they all had red headbands.
Red. So. I learned that recently.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess either black or white.
Oh.
Like normally, like I don't know if you ever watch Power Rangers, but normally in Power Rangers, right? Like they add like another Ranger mid-season, right? So you get like the red, your blue, your pink, your yellow, you know, like your standard Rangers, and then like partway through the season, you get like a Green Ranger or a White Ranger, or sometimes now they don't do like black as the main like Rangers anymore. Now it's like a Black Ranger will show up mid-time, or the Silver Ranger or something like that. So I would probably go like black or white.
Oh, that's cool. You know what your weapon would be?
Well, I guess since like sword is taken, I mean, I might just go like full White Ranger from season 2 of Power Rangers, and just like or like maybe do like the Dragon Dagger from the Green Ranger. That's pretty sweet.
Sounds cool.
It's Makenna. It's a knife, right?
Uh-huh.
That's also a flute. And when he plays the knife flute, it summons a dragon, a big mechanical dragon.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but then the when he switches to being the White Ranger, he gets the sword Saba, which is it's a sword, but they say it's a sword. It's only like this big, right? So it looks kind of goofy. But the hilt right here, there's a lion on it, and the sword talks. It's a talking sword. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, Saba.
Talking
Sword Saba. Dope.
What
honestly, if they made like an actual like a full replica of the Sword Saba, like they have like the legacy version, which is a couple $100 that is like essentially like a prop. Like if they made a real sword out of it, that'd be dope.
What is the little lion talk about? Does he like give advice, or does he like hold conversations?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes he'll give advice, but then and then they use it. It summons the Tiger Zord, White Tiger Zord.
I should watch Power Rangers.
No.
No,
there's like 68 episodes in the first season, and only like 3 of them are good.
No, never mind. I'm okay. My sister went through a brief Power Rangers phase when it got rebooted on Nickelodeon. Like,
oh yeah,
long ago.
Yeah, that would have been around like 2011 or so, I think.
Yeah, because they rebooted that, and they rebooted Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I don't know if these are videos. They're probably still kicking around on YouTube. Everything stays on YouTube pretty much. A YouTuber I watched back in the day named Linkara had a history of Power Rangers series where he would it was like a 20-minute video, just like this is everything that happens in one season of Power Rangers.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
it goes pretty far. So like you could catch up on all Power Rangers pretty quick.
All Power. There was a noise.
I heard the nurse too. I thought it came from your desk though.
No, it sounded like someone. Hold on, I gotta go check the basketball courts. I think it's someone outside. That scared me.
But yeah, and then you can watch the big episode. Like, you can watch Green with Evil. That's a 3-parter where the Green Ranger shows up for the first time. And he's a bad guy, but then Tommy later becomes a good guy. It's dope.
Aw, that's such a nice arc. Man, like, if you were a mutant animal in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle universe, like, you got, like, Splinter, you got, like, Bebop and Rocksteady, you got all the turtles. Like, if you could be half human, wait, no, half human, half animal, which would
part of me would say bird, right? Because then I'd be able to fly, but that seems inconvenient as well.
Mm-hmm.
In the comics, there's like a half cat guy.
Oh, okay.
Old Max is what I think his name is, and he's pretty dope. He's a bad guy though.
Oh. Yeah. Cats. Cat faction. I like how they land. They always land well.
Yeah.
Like,
nimble creatures.
Never seen a cat. Well, no, that's a lie. I did see a cat stumble and fall, but she was kind of blind, so it's okay. She jumped off the couch onto a box. You know, it happens to the best of us.
Absolutely.
I was gonna ask you another question, but I don't remember what now. I don't know. It might come back to me. It's probably random. It probably had nothing to do with the movie. It's just a random hypothetical question. What were your thoughts on the movie?
Oh, I mean, this is just I've seen this movie a billion times. So I watched this in, I want to say, grade school. I watched it at like school, I think. And then had a bunch of friends who were like nerds, especially like the older ones who I've told this before. When I was in high school, I had friends who were in like their mid-20s, late 20s. And like they quoted this movie all the time. I watched this movie just a million times. It's just an absolute banger of a movie. Totally great. Rob Reiner, genius man.
He's done a lot of movies. Like, because he did... I mean, we'd be here forever if we listed all of the movies he's done. But, like, a lot of hits, like... Because he did When Harry Met Sally?
Yep.
He was...
Spinal Tap.
He was in, Sleepless in Seattle. Did he may have produced it as well.
He probably did, yeah.
But yes,
because that was after When Harry Met Sally, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talked about it on the episode. Yeah, that he had bought the script and did all that stuff. Let's see what else. Stand by Me, of course, brilliant movie. Misery, The American President. But then, like, I mean, obviously, like, way more famous as an actor than as a director.
Mm-hmm.
With doing Happy Days and all that stuff, man. He's the best. He's so good.
He's the dude that I don't always immediately remember his name. Then I see his Wikipedia picture. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. He's just like when you go look, he's in everything.
Oh yeah. Look at it.
Like once you scroll up past, like, he was in like every TV show through the 70s. He's so funny in Spinal Tap, and Christopher Guest, who's in this as well. Like, they're both so funny.
Spinal Tap is the one where it's rated on an 11 scale on IMDb, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but I know that one. I know that fact.
Oh, it's good. You should watch it. It's a strange movie because, like, it's what is it, late 70s or is it early 80s? Let's see. Spinal Tap 84. and it's like pretending to be a documentary or whatever.
Oh, ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. He was in Hannah Montana.
Really?
And Wizards of Waverly Place as himself.
Just shows up as Rob Reiner. That's great. But yeah, I mean, there's so many like iconic bits of this movie. Like, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Like, that's just. Oh man, that's just like the best. That's the best. That's the best thing in any movie ever.
I remember when it's first said when he fights Wesley in the beginning, and I was like, I know this is a line. I don't know. It's kind of like it's not as big as a moment as I thought it would be. And then it's to the end. I'm like, oh, I get why this is like probably the line that is most associated with this movie. That makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah. when he finally meets the six-figured man or whatever, and he says the line, and Christopher Guest just runs away, and he chases it. My name is Inigo Montoya.
It's so good. Stop saying that. No, he won't.
Also, like some of the writing, because like I mean, so this movie is it's written by William Goldman, who is just straight up like one of the best screenwriters of all time. Yeah, I don't like he wrote what's the name of his book? Is he the guy who wrote Screenplay, or one of his books is like, if you go to college for writing in film, you read his book.
Oh.
He wrote like All the President's Men, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Marathon Man, like you run down his list of movies, and it's just straight up banger, banger,
wow.
banger, banger.
And that's like across multiple genres as well.
Yeah, like he was like just one of like the best writers back in the day, where they would just hire him and he would he just pump out scripts. And then he wrote book, because this is based on the book that he wrote, which is that book's actually like I haven't read the novel all the way through, but it's really interesting because it's talking about like he remembered a story that was read to him when he was a kid, and then he tried to track down the book and couldn't find it, and so he wrote this based on the memory of a story that he had heard. Something like that. It's really weird. But yeah, like he's just such a good writer, and like this movie's like really, really funny when it wants to be funny, but then like it has just straight up some of like the coolest dialogue in any movie. Like at the end when Inigo Montoya like defeats the six-fingered man, and he's like what is it, like promise me wealth, promise me whatever I want. And he's like, I want my father back, you son of a bitch.
Yes.
And he stabs him. Yeah, like the movie is so well written.
I don't know how to explain it, because it's just written in such a way that's, I don't know, it makes it funnier than it is, or it is funny, but it's how it's said.
Yeah, well, like one, it's like super quippy dialogue,
yeah,
which everybody in the movie is just delivering the shit out of the dialogue. It's a funny movie where nobody is acting like they're in a comedy movie.
Right. Yes.
And because of that, they're able to cut between really, really funny dialogue back and forth, and then like on a dime switch into like very serious fantasy storytelling too. It's just like it's great. It's a perfect script.
Oh my god, yeah. It's apparently Robin Wright and Carrie Ellis, they had chemistry.
Oh yeah.
Life. Oh yes.
How could you act across from Robin Wright and not fall in love with her? But also like Carrie Ellis, like dreamboat. Especially in this movie, because like other like as like he goes on in his acting career, he plays a lot of dorks. Like he's in Seinfeld, he plays a dork, and like just like everything. In this movie, like, man, he's killing it.
He's dreamy in this movie. And he can fence. Oh boy. You know? But yeah, apparently like the kiss at the end was like, I guess towards the end of shooting, and they kept asking for retakes because they didn't want it to end. Which is cute. Robin Wright, what else has she been in? Because I know the name, but I didn't check her out.
Let me get you a list.
Thank you.
Because I also feel like she hasn't like. Because like I think of her most as House of Cards. Do you ever watch House of Cards?
No.
Like she's Jenny in Forrest Gump.
Oh, that might be where I know her from then.
Yeah, probably. Let's see, what else can we get? Because yeah, I feel like she never really took off as like a leading lady really after this, unfortunately. Right. Let's see, what else might you know her from? Yeah, I'm not sure what of these movies you would have seen.
Maybe it was just Forrest Gump then.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
He was great in that. We should watch Forrest Gump. I don't know
Forrest
when
Gump?
or how where we would fit it in.
Yeah, Tom Hanks month. Who directed that one? That's Zemeckis.
Oh yes, we do Back to the Future.
Yeah.
And then I can tell you all of my Michael J. Fox facts.
You got a lot of Michael J. Fox facts?
They're mainly pertaining to his time during Family Ties, but there's some overlap there. He's in the song Summer Girls by LFO. Michael J. Fox was Alex P. Keaton, which is one of my favorite lines ever of a song. Because Alex P. Keaton does not get enough recognition in songs. But yeah, this my Fox facts.
Zemeckis has a couple bangers, like Castaway, Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh shit, I didn't realize.
He's Contact. He's got some hits. You ever see Contact?
No.
Oh, Contact's dope.
Is that like Aliens?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's based on the book by what's his name, the big science guy.
Carl Sagan.
Yes.
Oh really? Oh.
Yeah. Carl Sagan like wrote a novel about like what First Contact could look like, and yeah, Zemeckis adapted it with Jodie Foster, I think.
Oh, Jodie Foster. Gotta love Jodie
Matthew McConaughey.
LFVIN.
Yeah. William Fichtner.
What was he in? I don't have a point.
Remember in The Dark Knight at the beginning, the guy like the bank employee with the shotgun or whatever? Yeah, that's William Fichtner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Classic that guy, William Fichtner.
Classic that guy. Yeah, that guy. Love Jodie Foster. I mean, I've only seen her in one movie, but like I've seen that movie twice.
Well, there you go.
Silence of the Lambs. She's great in that.
Yeah, she's excellent in that. She win an Oscar for that?
She was definitely.
She's probably nominated, right?
Let's look up Miss Foster. Let's see here.
She's probably won. She's won an Oscar, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, she's won 2 Academy Awards.
Oh, okay. Oh, there it is.
Let's see, what were they for? Had to have been for Silence of the Lamb, right? No way she wasn't. Yeah, she won Best Actress for Silence of the Lambs and The Accused.
The Accused. She was in Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
That's not. I'm thinking not of Taxi Driver. I'm thinking of the television show Taxi.
Taxi.
Yes, that is. I think from what I know about the two, completely different.
Very, very different.
We watched. Now I'm thinking about Taxi. We watched a clip from Taxi where they're taking a test or whatever, and talking about like the what do the lights mean. And I don't remember the joke now. Never mind, forget it. We watched a clip in science class one time. I don't remember the actual joke. Shoot, it was funny though. Just look up taxi light joke. Oh, that's gonna bug me now. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up. No, I don't want taxi jokes. I want the clip. What does a yellow light mean? Slow down. What does it's better in the clip. Never mind. I should never go through clips.
Is that Andy Kaufman?
I think so.
Latka, right?
I think.
Is that his name in that? Latka?
Hold on. We're got taxi show. I don't want a taxi service. Yes, you are correct. Christopher Lloyd's in that. Danny DeVito,
Yep.
of course.
Yeah, that was a really good cast for Taxi.
Oh yeah, that's what. Oh, 78 to 83. Oh, that's like primetime television right there, folks.
Oh yeah.
That's a good little chunk of time. Man, shout out to TV in that time. Because, I mean, MASH was on then. Let me tell you what, I'm still obsessed with MASH.
Yeah.
I got the book. Hold on. I'm going to show you the book. Not that you need to see the book, but I'm going to show you the book because I have it right here. Here's the book. The MASH book.
MASH. A novel about 3 army doctors.
Count them 3. When it got adapted to the movie or the book, I don't know where the 3rd one went.
Yeah, they get rid of that 3rd doctor.
But yeah, I'm very excited to read this. I gotta finish Catch-22 first, and then I'll read MASH. You know? 2 funny military war books.
Yep. What else could you ask for?
What else could you ask for? Oh! This has nothing to do with anything that we were just talking about, but I watched the 3rd Godfather movie last week.
Oh! What'd you think of it?
Eh. It's fine. I think if it wasn't coming off of the first 2, it would have been better, but,
Did you watch the re-edit?
No. Because I got the trilogy for my birthday a couple years ago, so I just watched it on whatever DVD was in there. But I do want to watch the re-edit and see if that changes my opinion. Because I did look up, I tried to find, like, the differences between the 2, but I could not find a good article. I think it's just the type of thing you have to watch and then see what happens. That's still good moments. Andy Garcia's in it, so I mean...
Yeah, love Andy Garcia.
Andy Garcia, he's very good at it. Yeah, that's what I watched last week. that is
I don't think I really watched anything last week.
I'm trying to think. Because I watched that on Tuesday. Oh, I didn't watch anything on Wednesday. For like 2 weeks ago, up until last Tuesday, I watched a movie every single day. Like 8 days straight. Yeah.
That's crazy.
The movie binge. Granted, most of the movies no, that's an absolute lie. Most of those, I think I saw 2 of the movies. I rewatched 2 movies that I had seen before, and that...
Just The Godfathers?
3. The Godfather, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, and I watched the Family Ties movie. All 5 of the other movies I had never seen before. I'm very excited for us to watch 4 Weddings and a Funeral. Sorry,
great flick.
Spoilers for later this month, but we're watching 4 Weddings and a Funeral, and I'm very excited. That is one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's a good movie. I watched it for the first time last year, and I was really blown away by it. I thought it was great. And then I got out a hit tweet out of it, Makenna, because my 4 big fat Greek weddings and a big fat Greek funeral.
Wow, I'm sitting in the presence.
Yeah,
of
I nail some jokes sometimes.
Some jokes.
Sometimes I really get one.
There was a tweet you put out recently that I thought was really funny. I can't remember it off the top of my head. Hold on, I'm gonna find it.
Well, yeah. Let me know because recently the game plan has been is that I just repurpose tweets as TikToks now, and they get way more views and likes.
I saw every time you show up on TikTok, and I'm like, oh yeah, so sad. And then I'm like, I've seen the tweet before.
Yeah, exactly.
So the bear does a bunch of blow, then mauls someone, and they get a movie. What I do when I get banned from Six Flags.
I just did that as a TikTok before we got on the show.
So the Princess Bride.
Yeah, Princess Bride.
Good movie.
Oh yeah, I think it's fantastic.
Big fan. I'm very excited to watch this again. I also got my sister's Disney Plus account out of this, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Watch Simpsons.
Watch The Simpsons.
That's what I use it for.
Let me tell you what, it was a whole ordeal trying to figure out which icon I was going to choose.
That took me a while too.
So many options. What's your icon?
I think I do the Baby Yoda.
Oh, the Baby Yoda's cute. I choose Belle. It was between that or a penguin or a random shark.
On Paramount Plus, I use Captain Picard from Star Trek.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I don't think there is an icon. I can't choose an icon on Amazon. So, if I could, oh boy, I don't know who I would be. Someone for sure. Yeah. Definitely. Because Hulu doesn't have a. They should all the streaming services should have that little pictogram for your account. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. I like it. It gives a little personality. That's what I was just gonna say. The personality. I mean, a little bit of a crisis because there's a lot of options and I'm not good with choices. But like, it's like a time. I like scrolling through all the options. I like seeing all the options. Yeah. Having a little bit of a crisis, but it's fine. I'd rather have a lot of options. No, that's a lie. I'd rather not have a lot of options, but it's okay. I like when like you have to make a decision, right? Like you have to pick an icon. Here are all the options. Not like what am I going to watch tonight, right? Which I don't actually have to make a decision on. I can keep punting that down, later. But like when it's like, hey, pick an icon for this right now, and it's like, okay, well, what are my options here? Simpsons, Star Trek, Star Wars. Okay, I'll go with Star Trek. I've started now because I am so indecisive. I've started going to the bottom of my watch later list and just choosing the thing that I've added the oldest amount of time. Unless I'm really excited about something, then that's out of the water and I'm immediately going to that. Like the Partridge Family just went on Amazon Prime. So after I finish Family Ties, I'm gonna be watching the Partridge Family. I want to know what the hype is about. Well, okay, I say the hype. The hype in the 70s about the Partridge Family. I have no idea what the show's about. I know that they sing and stuff. I know. My stepmom would sing the song, like I think the theme song from Partridge Family a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my mom, when I told my mom that it was on Amazon Prime, she freaked out. She's like, oh my God, you're gonna love it. I was like, okay. I know like one Partridge Family song, and that's it. Like I in my head, it's gonna be like Sound of Music somehow. No, I don't think so. No, singing. Family. My real only touchstone is there's an episode of that '70s show where Kitty imagines Eric and Hyde leaving to go join the Partridge Family. And they have the mom from the Partridge Family like shows out guests on the episode and stuff. That's my cool. That's my only real touchstone with the Partridge Family. Are there any birds? I have no idea. Partridge in a pear tree type of thing. Oh, yeah, see, I don't know. See. Yeah, I don't know. But I'll give an update. Oh, speaking of updates, I said I would come back with what was in my school lunches in high school. I think I said it. Maybe. Oh, not. You have this officially now? You have like the full details? Full details are strong words because my mom could not remember. We were in the that long ago, right? I know. But doesn't think there's a fourth item. I know there was a fourth item. I ate those lunches every damn day. But I don't know. Maybe there is only 3 things. But I could have sworn there was 4. I think I could have sworn there was something sweet. Oh, lordy. I just dropped something. Sorry. I'm like doing like 3 different things at once.
Yeah, you were moving around a lot during this episode.
Well, at one point, my notebook, the page, I had to tape the page up.
Oh.
Because I'm not good at closing notebooks, so I'll put them in my backpack, and then they just, the perforated edges.
See, so I've abandoned the spiral notebook.
Oh.
I don't do the spiral notebook anymore.
You don't do the spiral notebook.
You want to do the various writing options that I have?
Yes, I want to know the various writing options.
I don't have my bag here, so I have my planner, which stays in my backpack. I take a backpack with me whenever I go to work. When around, I have a backpack on me normally, so I got a backpack there that's got my planner in it. And then I bought these recently, which is the field notes notebooks.
Ooh.
These, so I keep one on my desk, I keep one next to my bed, and I keep one in my backpack. And this is for like quick note taking, which is like notes that I'm gonna want to peruse later, like ideas, little jokes, anything like that. That's what the field notes is for. Then I got the actual like the journal, right, which is for like writing down like actual ideas. Like full composed when I need to get some writing done. But then I also, of course, I keep I keep the legal sheets around too. And this is for when I need to write something down that is disposable. Okay. We're gonna be throwing this shit away. I don't need to keep this around.
Wow, you got a lot of writing options.
I got a lot of writing options.
I'm kind of similar. A lot more at home than here. I have a giant stack of sticky notes. So, that's where, like, all my notes for, like, HBO Max and everything, but notes about the movie, of course.
See, so I always have problems with sticky notes because you get them in a stack, and I find that stack very hard to write on. Now, part of this is because I hold a pen all fucked up.
How do you hold a pen?
Let me show you.
Yeah, I'm really curious.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm serious. I write like this. Like, I fucking, like,
Oh!
Yeah, I write like a fucking maniac.
I write, I don't know, like this?
It's like normal, right? Like, you write like this. That's like the normal way to write, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so you're doing it like on the 3rd finger instead of the 2nd?
Yeah, the ring finger.
Okay, so that's a little bit weird.
Yeah, because I think most people do it on the middle finger.
Do it like this.
Yeah. And then
so you're a little bit so like I'm doing this, but I'm like gripping it harder.
Oh no, I'm not gripping it. I remember people in high school gripping it. I mean, good handwriting still. My handwriting shit, but like,
I'm fairly certain I'm left-handed.
What do you mean?
I think that I am naturally left-handed, but at an early age, I was like made to write with my right hand, and so now it just is. Because, like, when I play the drums, when I do drum fills, I lead with my left hand naturally. Oh. It's just what feels comfortable.
Interesting.
I play the drums like Ringo Starr, where I'm going, like, this way around instead of this way.
Oh. Have you ever tried, like, writing with your left hand, like, trying to be dominant?
No, I've never considered it. I play pool with my left hand.
Oh. Do you like kick or in like bat and everything with your left hand, or?
No, everything else I pretty much do. Everything else is right-handed, but I'm bad at everything.
Maybe you can try left-handed. You're the next.
I can't write the correct way. I have to fucking hold my pen all fucking weird.
Did you go through an ambidextrous phase when you were younger?
No, not that I can remember.
In 7th grade, for my science fair project, I did it on, like, dominant hands and everything. And for a brief moment in time, I was kind of ambidextrous. I mean, it was still, my left-hand writing was still dog shit. But, like, for a period of time, it was legible. But, yeah, no, that's out the window. Everything is right-handed. Left hand can't do shit. I can play Guitar Hero, but, like, that's it. But, yeah, writing's weird. I'm gonna quickly go through my writing pads.
Okay.
You got the napkin / sticky
Yeah,
notes.
of course.
And though that is very similar to your like disposable.
Yeah,
thing.
that's the legal sheets for me.
Yeah, that's probably the proper thing to do.
When I need to like scribble something or just like
Yep.
get something, just write it down real quick. That's going on the legal sheet, and then like maybe I'm just flipping the page over. Maybe we'll go back to that later. Maybe it's getting thrown away. Who knows?
Yeah, that's how like when I watched a lot of Countdown, when I would do the math, and that would always be on the napkins because it was the napkins always had my notes for podcasts, and then just math. Then I got a bunch of notebooks. This notebook is from high school. Here you go, English period 4, right there.
You keeping that around still, huh?
I have all of, you can't see it, it's underneath that bag, but those are where all my notebooks are in folders for school. I have had the same notebooks all 4 years of college. And now I think it's because a lot, like, especially since I transferred to Temple, a lot of stuff is just online. So
You're not taking a whole lot of notes these days, right?
No, and especially for my major, like, it's more practical than...
yeah, because you're taking like editing classes. What are you taking notes on?
Yeah, I'm not like the only times I really took notes was when I took a history class. Was the history of global soccer, and obvious't like when my first 2 years of college, like I had to take a statistics class and I had notes and everything. But like I still have all those. I still use that pretty consistently, and then I do have. Let me get it. I have this notebook, which is, hold on. Let me find an empty page. Hold on. No, that's not empty. It's graph paper. And this is what I do cross-stitch patterns for. I do cross-stitch patterns and, let me find and World Cup stuff. My soccer's,
making tables, yeah.
I've been making tables and brackets, and then randomly there will be a cross-stitch pattern. And then here's some random Civil War notes that I took my junior year of high school.
Well, there you go.
That was before I changed my handwriting. I'm realizing. Yeah, I think I have it. No, I don't. That's a lie.
See, the other thing is I don't have any room to write in like a big notebook. This desk is cluttered.
Oh,
it's not a big desk.
Yeah.
No room.
That's how I because I got feeble wrists, so I have a nice little wrist rest. And so all of my stuff lays on top of there, and it goes up over my keyboard, so it's kind of leveraged. And that's how if I do write at my desk, like when I do the HBO Mak facts and figures, that's how I do them. Just randomly say, oh my god, I forgot one of the most important things that I write on. My Jeopardy notebook.
Oh.
It's a whole bunch of these. Well, not these specifically, but just random notebooks that I have.
Those small notebooks.
Little small notebooks.
You see, I've never actually been a big fan of the spiral notebook. Yeah. I've always much preferred, like back in school and stuff, I preferred a composition notebook.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Composition notebooks are nice. Because, like, whenever you're writing on... Your hand hits the thing.
That's always a problem. And then, like, you can't really beat up a spiral notebook.
Right.
It'll get all bent out of it, and pages rip out really easily and stuff. Composition notebook, you can really beat the shit out of a composition.
Look at that.
Notebook.
See, there's the spiral notebook. Here's another one. I had to tape the end because it scratched me last year because it came undone. I don't know how it came undone because I don't know where the sharp edge came from, but it did. This is the happy book. That's the happy. And my Jeopardy statistics in the back. Yeah, spiral numbers are kind of a pain in the ass. But I also like them because I write with really... I use the G2 Pilot pens, but I use the .38 tip, so I can write really small, and I can put like 2 or 3 things on a line, which I thoroughly enjoy. I think you could probably do that with composition books too, but I also just write a lot in general because they're longer.
True. Not a big fan of it. Not a fan. I used to be a big G2 person, but they're smearing all over the place. It never dries.
That is a problem.
Like if you're doing like a moleskin or like a what's the other one, like the big fancy notebook, like the 1911 or whatever.
Oh, mm-hmm.
You're getting page smear all over the place. Like you close one of these notebooks after you've written in GO2, barely legible. I've switched to the so I was using the 207s,
Mm-hmm.
the Uniball 207s, and I was using the 0.7 millimeter ones for a long time.
Okay.
Really tiny because I was like doing bullet journal and stuff. So you got those like tiny little.
Oh,
but then I moved up to the this is the 207 plus.
Ooh.
This pen, this is an incredible pen. Absolutely incredible pen.
Interesting. I'll have to look into this. Because I don't like ballpoint too much. I like
Not a fan. No.
I like blue ballpoint pens. That's okay. I lied. This is a ballpoint, but this is also a colored ballpoint. This is purple. I don't have a specific preference for like colored pens, but like for blue and black. Since I was in high school, I used the G2 Pilots.
The ballpoint really tends to drag a lot.
Yeah,
it's not a smooth writing motion. That is very much a problem. These write very smoothly, but they don't leave splotches or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's I think why I'm stuck on the G2s is because the reason is grammar. Because in my junior year of high school, we would get outlines for history class, and it was a lot of information you had to write in a small space, and I found that those were the easiest to use, and it's also when I changed my handwriting, so I was able to make it smaller and fit more on a line with the .38s, and then it just stuck, because like ballpoint pens, they're too thick. I don't like thick pens.
Yeah.
So it's but like these are great for I use this for like my Jeopardy notebook and everything, because it is, other than like writing the categories, you don't really have to write that small. This is like I can make it.
I don't get the people who do like they have a single pen that they carry throughout the day.
No, I have them in my backpack, but like once I left high school, I don't
like these what do you call them? These fancy pens. These like
that stressed me out. That's why I use cheap pens. I lose too many, or I break them.
These are a little bit spendy. You know, you get a pack of 3 for like $8 or whatever. So you know, not cheap by any means, but a little bit more expensive than like the 207. I mean the G2. But like get a pack of 3.
Yeah.
I keep the black. I got a black one that stays on my desk. It's a blue one that sits on my nightstand next to my bed, and then at work in my bag I have a red pen.
Ooh, red pen. Red pen.
So I always have a pen on me, but I'm not carrying the same pen around all day. That's weird.
No, yeah, that stresses me out. I used to, and I just remembered. I have hockey tape on this, so I don't know the exact. They're like the V5s or whatever, the Pilot.
Yeah,
V5s.
yeah. Those are the Uniball.
Yeah.
I
use these for a while. They're expensive though, but
I like those. They break like crazy.
They do break really easily, and I find the ink runs out quicker than most of the other.
I've never had one last long. Like it just like all of a sudden the inside will just crack and it's spilling ink everywhere.
Yep. Yeah, like I oh my god, I got so many freaking packs of these because I really like the green ones, and I mean, yeah, they either broke, ran out, or I completely lost them. Like I was so devoted to these, and they were so freaking expensive, especially when I was in because I used these in middle school into the beginning of high school. Then I put hockey tape around it, so if I lost it, I knew it was mine. And one time, I still feel really bad about this, I confronted somebody because someone had my pen, and I knew because of the hockey tape, and I confronted him about it. And I was like, that is my pen. It's got the hockey tape on it.
Now, there's the like the upgraded version of those, which is like the Vision or whatever. That's a nice pen. That's a real nice pen. It's like the Vision Elite, but that's like we're talking like $325 for a pen.
Holy.
Those are high quality, but I also find that those aren't very comfortable to write with because you got to take the cap off and stick it on there, and the cap's getting in the way.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of
If you take the cap off, you set it to the side, you don't put it on, you're losing that cap.
You're done. That's how, now, okay, granted, the hockey tape gets in the way from it completely going on. But, like, sorry, my grandma texted me. I'm not a big fan of the caps. Because, yeah, I also fidget a lot, so I'm always dropping caps. I'm always putting them somewhere else. Lord knows where else. Yeah, it's a whole ordeal. But I will say, what I like about these is that it's, the clip is metal, which is pretty cool. And,
very nice.
When I would be contemplating during a test, I would just, I liked
You clip it on your lip?
Yeah, I like the cool metal.
Absolutely, I would do the exact same thing.
It grounded me. Not really. I was in 8th grade, but I gotta think really hard about this religion test. It's, man, we should have. Do you think we can somehow get sponsored by a pen company? Like,
oh, I would. If we could get Uniball to sponsor the podcast, that'd be the dream.
That's what we're aiming for.
Yeah, you should check out the 207 plus, the 0.5 millimeter.
Okay,
very tiny writing.
You get that at like I guess Staples, I assume, or.
Oh yeah, Target. Absolutely, you get that at Staples. Yeah, I bought these at Target, but these are I use the 0.7s. You might want to go to the 0.5s.
Okay.
But yeah, this pen, I think this is the best pen on the market right here. I think this pen's amazing.
It's a very nice pen. You know what I also hear? I'll end the podcast here in a second. I'm gonna leave again. Hold on. I really like. I think I like red. These pens are also really nice. Now they're a bit thicker. This is a 0.7, so maybe I don't know. It's a little thick for me, but they're gel and they write pretty nice as well. I've got a whole bunch of like them in different
I've never
colors.
been a fan of a gel pen, really.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. They do, yeah.
Well, I guess this is technically a gel pen, but it doesn't really feel like it.
Right. Yeah, I like looking at the ink cartridge. I think the ink cartridge is pretty when you hold it up to the light. Do you take apart pens? Like, do you have a habit of taking? Yeah. I like looking at ink cartridges. But I do like these a lot. If I don't have a G2, I'm using this. I use this mainly in my planner because it's like thicker paper and I think it looks better.
But I don't like too much of a pen to be made up of like the see-through plastic.
Oh, interesting.
Because then it feels really cheap in my hand. It feels like I'm gonna crush it.
That's fair. Yeah. I like looking at my ink levels. I mean, granted, I see that already when I take apart pens, but yeah, I don't like plastic clips, which I think most pens have plastic clips. Yeah. Which suck because they always break. There's no. I don't even fiddle with them and they still somehow break.
What's really good in a really good pen, right, is to be able to like write a little bit harder and then like you get like a thicker stroke to the ink. That's really nice.
Yeah.
You can write really thin and then like really make them bold.
Yes. Yeah. I like feeling a pen indentation on the back of the paper. Like I don't like it on the opposite page, but I like feeling the back of it. I'm really weird about textures, so that might just. But I don't know. That's like real thick.
That's part of the reason. Like a lot of like especially with like spiral notebooks and stuff. I don't write on the back of the page because you get that pen indent, and then it's like it's all over the place. You can't read shit.
Yeah, that is very true. Hold on, I'm gonna look at this real quick because like with this, it's bled through. I don't know what freaking pens I use that bled through. But yeah, some of it is just like, woof. A lot of indentations. But, that's pen talk.
That's pen talk.
That's pen talk. Ryan, do you have any closing thoughts?
That's the stationary segment of the podcast.
Stationary segment. Oh my god. Dude, there's nothing better than just walking up and down stationary aisles.
I think we talked about this before. I really like the appeal of like a one that just a journal that does it all, right? Mm-hmm. But I just can't keep a because it needs to be like a bullet journal if you're going to do that.
Yeah.
And I can't keep a consistent style throughout the entire thing. And that bothers me.
Yeah. That's why I got the pre-made bullet.
Yeah,
I
you showed
can't
me
draw.
that, and that's interesting. I like that.
Yeah, because like I can't draw. You just got you. I mean, you could keep it black and white. It looks perfectly fine black and white. But I colored it because I'm also a colorer. But which is really nice because like yeah, I can't draw. I don't have major varying handwriting styles.
Next year, I think I'll look into one of these pre-made bullet journals. That looks really nice. But also, I see these people with the washi tape, and they're doing all kinds of
Oh,
crazy
I'm not
stuff,
creative enough for that.
stickers.
Oh no! Sometimes I'll put a
Yeah,
sticker.
I'm just
Maybe
like,
if
oh
it's
my
like Christmas, I'll
God.
put a little Santa sticker.
Shout out on Twitch, Havoc Rose.
Yes.
She works at IGN, and she does stationary streams on Sundays. Her journals are just beautiful looking. She uses like this really nice journal from Japan that's like refillable.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah, she has really nice streams. Yeah, this one's made by Amanda Rach Lee. She does a bunch of bullet journal stuff. She's done one since 2020, I believe, and they're always high quality. I like the swirlies. And yeah, every month is a different theme. Every year's been a different theme as well, which is pretty cool. Next month's theme are frogs. They're really cute. Here's from frogs. Or March's theme. I realize we're still in, well, not when you're watching this, but
It is quite nice.
it's really cute frogs. Next month's
Yeah, see,
like
I used the Luke term 1917 quite a few times, which they make the bullet journal edition of those.
Oh, nice.
But those they have like because I'm not doing a bullet journal this year, so I don't need like the index and stuff at the front of it. So I went the moleskin this time.
It's very fancy. That is, yeah.
You know, the moleskin, the quality's not quite what it used to be, maybe like 5-10 years ago, but it's still a good notebook.
Yeah. That's like what I dream about. Like if I like wrote more and like did more stuff with a journal, I would get the moleskin is like,
yeah,
always hearing about them, always seeing them at the Barnes and Noble, but it's like I got
they've got some pretty neat covers, so you can get some really nice moleskins.
Yeah, it's cool. Moleskin.
It's a good name.
It's a good name. That is a good name. Do you have any closing thoughts on The Princess Bride?
No, it's a great movie. If you're listening to this, you know how good it is. Let me explain to you how like it's you don't often come across a person who hasn't seen The Princess Bride. You know that is a rarity these days. So like if you're listening, you probably already know how good it is. It's fucking fantastic. It's amazing.
Great. 10 out of 10. Watch it, and if you've already seen it, watch it again.
Yeah, you can watch it every year. It definitely holds up. It's always funny.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
So it's a great love story. It's very nice. It's very emotional at times. It's a fantastic film.
Yeah, it's very like you can watch that with the family movie night. Bam, it's rated PG. Anyone can watch it with parental guidance. You know, if you seen The Princess Bride and you wanna listen to the book.
Yeah, we should have done this in the middle of this. This is the problem. The podcast we've really been getting off the rails lately, and it makes it hard to do an ad read because we're just out there doing whatever. Why is this even a movie podcast?
We're out there having conversations that we usually have off camera, but decided to have in the middle of the podcast. If you want,
you can get on Audible. You can get the audiobook of The Princess Bride read by Rob Reiner himself.
Whoa.
Yeah, very short too. It's only like 2 hours long or whatever. But you can get it for free if you use code. Go to audible.com/trial/HBO Max MAKS, and you can get a 1 month free subscription to Audible, which you get one free audiobook that is yours to keep, whether you continue to do the subscription or not. So yeah, you can use it for The Princess Bride or any other epic epic fantasy thing you want to see, like Lord of the Rings read by Andy Serkis, or I just looked this up the other day. I went and looked into the Jane Austen section over there at the Audible. All her books read by like really famous people.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, so like we got we're coming up. What are we doing? We're doing the Pride and Prejudice, right?
Yes, we are.
Later this month, we're doing Pride and Prejudice. You can get the audiobook read by Rosamund Pike.
Whoa.
Yeah, I tried to listen to it, and I'm going to be honest with you. It's written in an old-timey language that I couldn't understand.
That is exactly why
Didn't know what was happening.
I didn't read it in high school. That's why I read the Cliff Notes.
Not smart.
Audible.com/trial/HBO Max. I'm, like I mentioned before, I'm finishing up Catch-22. That's a very funny book. I don't know who it's read by on Audible, but it's really
I'm right now on Audible. I'm reading Hank Green's first book.
Oh, I really liked it. I got the second book for Christmas.
I started it on, let me see, Friday, and almost done with it. I think I've got I'll probably finish it tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a really interesting book.
Yeah.
Not what I thought it was about, but I really liked it.
It's neat.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's got a cool cover too. Is it read by Hank Green?
No, it's read by just a voice actress who does a really good job.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Heck yeah. So yeah, go check that out. Audible.com/trial/HBO Max, MAKS, all lowercase. Thank you. Bam. Brandon, where can people find you if they want to find you?
Of course, you can find me on Twitter, or more would be better if you followed me on TikTok at Jose Ruckus on all the places. And I've been streaming a lot more lately. So twitch.tv/Jose Ruckus.
Woo! Follow me on Twitter at PotterPants212 if you want. I'm not really tweeting too much anymore, but sometimes.
Occasionally,
who knows? More importantly, you should follow the podcast. On Twitter at HBO Max MAKS. You could go youtube.com/@ HBO.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you what. Today, while we're recording this, earlier in the day, some asshole on fucking Twitter, dumbass, tagged the wrong HBO Max account.
Is that the first time that's happened?
Yeah, as far as I can remember, yeah.
We've made it.
Some moron complaining about how there are gay people in The Last of Us.
Oh,
absolute fucking
piece
idiot.
Of shit.
Yeah, can't eat. He's like, what is he like? He's like German or something. I don't know.
Oh.
Russian. Oh, Polish. It looks like Yeah, Polish. Can't even figure out which HBO Max account's the right one. You dickhead.
That's what I was. Can't believe that. Damn, the first time we're mistaken for HBO Max, and gotta be that asshole.
No, that is to the point of if you're going to mistake us for the HBO Max account, you had to be a real dumbass.
Ugh, people. But if you want to go to youtube.com/@ HBO Max, HBO MAKS, you can find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, everywhere probably. If we're not, tell us and we'll figure it out.
No, if we're not on it, get a real podcast app. Well, I don't get these people with these bullshit podcast apps they're using. It's like Podosaurus or fucking whatever. It's there's fucking 50 when you pull up the Anchor page, there's 60 different podcast apps that it's pushing out to. Use Spotify, use Apple Podcasts, use Podbean, use one of the major ones, okay? If you can't listen to the podcast on a podcast service, it's your fault. It's not ours.
That's fair. Yeah, don't tell us. Listen somewhere else. And rate us 5 stars.
Everybody watches this podcast on YouTube anyway.
In that case, like the show, subscribe, hit the bell, comment. What should people comment this week?
Tell us, what pen do you use? I know this was the conversation on Twitter for the last couple of days or whatever. But what pen are you using? I bet it's G2. Everybody uses the G2.
Everybody uses G2. Yes, we love pens. Shout out to
Or
pens.
like what your notebooks are. You got multiple notebooks? Because we both have multiple notebooks. Are you using multiple notebooks? What notebooks are you using? Let us know. Let us know your stationary setup.
Yeah, tell us the stationary setup. I love a good stationary setup. Yes, comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell. Thank you. And I can't, we hit really high with Star Trek month in terms of ending the show.
there was like a built-in sort of thing there.
Yeah.
As you wish.